This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Moore versus Anderson. You all have been together for 5 years, and Miss Moore, allegations of cheating are just eating up your relationship. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Tell us why you brought your boyfriend to court today.
Well, I brought Gerald here today because we have past history of him cheating. This man right here, he has took me through hell and back, Your Honor. My woman's intuition, my third eye, it works, it's strong, and it has never let me down within those 5 years.
So you're saying that third eye, when it sees something, it's seeing something.
Crystal clear.
I don't know what she's been seeing, Your Honor. I don't understand about this third eye. I know that women's intuition, but I know we was born with 2 eyes, and I don't know about this third one. I'm still trying to figure that out, Your Honor.
Mr. Anderson, I'm gonna help you and Mr. Cutler with this third eye thing.
Okay.
Because we have this discussion too. So, you know, women are born with a third eye. It's right here. It's right here. I'm gonna show you where it is. It's right here.
Is that invisible?
Y'all don't, yeah. And y'all can't see it because y'all don't have a third eye. But see, I see her third eye. It's looking at me, looking at you, looking at me.
I understand.
And you know how your mama can see things in the back of her head?
Yes, yes.
When you become a mama, you get one back there too. That's real talk right there.
Despite her 4-eye analysis, you say you're not doing anything.
No, sir, I'm not.
You're not cheating.
No, sir. I don't have any time.
You got plenty of time. You have a lot of time, sir.
Well, now here's the thing. I heard very clearly that there's a past. And that may be the source, the root of some of this problem. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what happened in the past.
So I was working at a job, past tense, and just that eye. It was like, I got off at 10 o'clock, Your Honor, and so I go to Houston. I pop up like Jack in the Box up on him, like, I'm here, ain't no heads up. So I bust through the door. Mr. Anderson's laying on the couch. He's startled, scared, like, what's going on? And as I'm packing up my stuff, I walk and I see, lo and behold, a condom. Not just any condom. It was a used condom. So I go and I get Mr. Anderson. I'm like, hey, what's this? He's like, what is it? What do you mean, what is it? What does it look like? It's not a mint. It's not just trash. It's something that you
It's
get.
not a Minto. Go ahead.
You know?
Okay, so Mr. Anderson, here's your moment.
Okay, well, I can explain the condom. Yes, we had a break, so in between that break, yeah, I have to admit, I got sloppy and really threw it. But, you know, I mean, Snoop Dogg gonna find it regardless, you know, because she's behind. Look, it was not in plain sight.
Ew.
I was being, it was through one of our breaks, so I wasn't with her, so I was just trying.
Time
out. I'm talking as your mama. Nasty. Throw that away.
No, I always do.
Flush it or do something.
I always do.
I'm talking as your mama.
I always do. And I don't know what that one.
I'm gonna give you credit for using it, but it's used.
I understand.
All right, he said Snoop Dogg gonna find it. But here's the thing. If it ain't no bone, it ain't nothing to find.
I understand that.
So if there's something, you know,
Yeah,
so
but-
you can't bury it and then say it ain't there.
Well, look, but here's the thing, though. They're on a break. So if they're on a break and then she just on a whim just jumps in her car and drives 70 miles or however far it was to get to him and bust in the door on him, when you do it that way, you're going to find something you don't want to find.
And you assume the fact not in evidence, Mr. Cutler.
What fact did I assume that was not in evidence?
Were you on a break?
Not like that.
He said they were on a break. That's
She
his
said they
evidence.
were, because if
He
they want
said
a
they
break, she
were.
would. Why is her clothes still there if she's on a break?
Exactly.
I'm gonna pack all my and get.
Okay. Can I clear something?
Now, if you're on a break, you do that when it's done. When you're on a break, it's like, look, we're going to cool off
You
for a
know
while.
about break.
How you know about a break? The same way you know. Now, the bottom line is you just can't roll up on somebody.
Yeah, you can.
You know, drop.
And she did.
And
And
she-
she called him.
And she found what she found. That's what it looks like.
Okay, so that's
All this because of your woman's intuition, right?
third eye.
Four.
That third eye. Okay. But clearly, at some point, you like, I like him. I want him back. Because y'all here.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so why'd you take him back?
Okay, because this man, he does have good qualities. Truth be told, I love this man. He is a sweetheart. This man knows my weight fluctuates, and I be trying to, you know, work it out, get my Beyonce on or whatnot. So Mr. Anderson knows how I like to come home, and I like to soak in the tub. I have my candles, and I have my mood set. He can scramble some eggs like nobody's business. That's all he can cook. So when I got out the tub and I go in there and I get the eggs, those were the best. I mean, finger licking eggs that I've had. They was like steak. So from that moment, we went to Happy Place, which is, you know, grown people's room. Yeah. And we never had no problem in that area at all whatsoever.
Okay, wait a minute. You took him back because he can make good
scrambled eggs. Yes.
There must be some hellacious eggs.
Hey, I learned
So
from
all
mama.
that work I did to get you, I could have just scrambled some eggs and that'd have been good.
Well, I don't know. It gotta be some bad eggs.
Special, you gotta
They
put
got
some
to be-
extra special sauce in there. You know, that's all.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to get the recipe for that. Just in case I get in the doghouse, I need to get back.
Hey, it helps you.
All right, so the eggs are popping. What else made you come back?
Well, because our sex life is booming, like 3 to 4 times a day. Even if we ain't together, it's like we having sex on the phone. Like
Wait, did you say 3 to 4 times a day?
7 days a week.
Okay, so
And when does he have time to fix eggs? That's the real question.
all right, so you're back together, but that third eye is blinking.
Blink, 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 blink.
All right, tell me about why it's blinking now.
Okay, Your Honor. Super Bowl was in Houston recently.
Right.
Me and Mr. Anderson had went out. The city is litty, litty, litty. Me and Mr. Anderson are super litty. So we're going to a bar, and we get it even more littier at the bar. So
More Lydia, cousin. That's a new one.
Yeah.
All right.
So
There's Lydia and more Lydia.
Yeah.
All right.
So as we're about to leave, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna drive because I know you've been drinking. So you know, women, we have our driving shoes in the car because we're not driving with our heels on. So I go to the trunk, Your Honor, and Mr. Anderson has this toolbox, which I have here.
Okay.
It has this toolbox in the back of the trunk, and the trunk looks like on one side that it's been, you know, tampered with, pulled up or whatnot. So I get to digging in that box after I move this out the way, and I'm digging in this little bootleg hiding spot that he has, and lo and behold, I find condoms. Now, I do not find just any condoms or whatever. It's a 6-pack of condoms, Your Honor. And at the end of the day, I'm grown and we're all grown and we all can count. And this has how many condoms, if you can see? 4?
4.
So that means there's 2 missing, so he has 2 problems to be solving with me. So I get back in the car and I'm like, hey, what are these? Where are they coming from? Like, what's going on? He's looking like, where's Waldo? Where did you find him? I don't know.
Hey, can I explain something
What
though?
you mean?
I'm saying.
As Mr. Anderson gets out the car, I burn off on him. So, but I don't leave.
You left him driving his
My
car.
In my car.
You in his car
That's
and
all
you
I'm
put.
mad.
That's that.
You know I'm
No,
mad.
that's,
You see that? You see? It's something about
Look. do not encourage that.
Yeah, it's something about you in your car.
No,
taking
do not
off.
encourage that.
Yeah.
No.
She knows.
No.
She knows.
Nah, that's not cool. That's not cool.
Okay.
I wouldn't left it like
I
that.
come right back in 5 minutes. I just did a block. I came and got him.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's the thing. I'm not encouraging that. I'm not encouraging Mr. Cullen. But it sure was. I bet she felt real good when she pulled it
I
off.
did.
Like,
I felt
All right.
great.
all right, Mr. Anderson, I'm going to give you a
Okay,
fair chance.
all right.
Tell me about why it's simple math. 6 minus 2 equals 4.
Yes, of course. My friend asked me to borrow 2 of the condoms. Okay, here you go. I'm not gonna give him 1. Who used 1 condom? 2, of course, all the time. Any man say that. Any situation, you're gonna take 2 condoms. Not gonna take 1. I mean, it's the truth. What you want me to do?
And so you're doing the math. 6 minus 2 equals who you been with.
Thank you.
That's where you're going with this.
Very much.
And it wasn't you.
Not at all.
All right. Well, that's one reason. What else you got?
So Mr. Anderson was going like off to work or whatnot. So when he returned back home, he had like, you know, his bags and items and stuff. So I'm being a good woman. I'm cleaning out my man's stuff, organizing and whatnot. So when I'm cleaning it, there's a letter in the stuff. Now this letter is addressed to one of Gerald's female friends. Okay, this letter, Your Honors, was confessing, how much he feels about this woman, how much he loved her, how much he wished that they could get a chance to be together. Now, we're together, living together, and you're confessing your love to a woman when you got a woman? So you already know I have an issue.
All right, so you a giver and you a writer. Tell me about the writer part.
Yeah. Well, me and her had got into it on the phone, so we was like on a, not real break, but we was not really talking to each other for a little while. So, I got a little lonely, and I had wrote a letter to one of my friends. Never sent it, but it was on my mind. And I'm the type of person, if something's on my mind, I like to write it down, ready to get it off my mind.
Had you ever been with her sexually?
No.
So you got all caught up in your feelings.
Exactly.
And your feelings got you all caught up with her.
Exactly.
So, Mr. Anderson, is your testimony that you have not been unfaithful during the last year and a half that you all have been back together? Is that
sir.
your testimony?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what you're telling this court?
Yes, sir. And
Ms. Moore, your woman's intuition is telling you that that's not true.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, because you say that your woman's intuition keeps going off, we have a friend of the court who is going to come and share her insights because she has a heightened woman's intuition just like you do.
Okay.
At this time, we'd like to call to the court singer-songwriter and reality TV star Tammy Rivera. Ron, would you please escort Ms. Rivera into the courtroom?
Yes, John.
Mr. Rivera. Hi, how are you? Let's go to the witness stand up next to the judges.
Hello, how you doing?
how you doing?
Thank you for joining us today.
No problem.
Now, you have used your woman's intuition to catch a cheater. Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a fair statement.
Tell us about that.
Well, me and my husband, he's a superstar, he's a rapper, so I can say this, I've been through almost everything that a woman can go through, and I'm not ashamed to say that today because where we stand today is a testimony of what we've been through. But that woman intuition is 100% real, and as I can say to you, with all honesty, baby, don't wear yourself out. Keep searching for something. That gets tiring. You get old fast. You're too beautiful to keep looking and looking and looking.
Thank you.
Some things you just gotta let it be what it's gonna be, and you're worth so much more. If you gotta look for it, then it's there.
There it is.
You're worth so much more than some scrambled eggs, baby. You are.
Well, I think we have had enough testimony. And what we've heard today is the Super Bowl drive off because you found condoms in the back of the car, the love letter to a friend. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
He says he's not cheating, but you say if he is, you're done.
I'm gone.
Well, because of that, this court has conducted a full investigation to find out if he is cheating. At this time, the court would like to call certified polygraph examiner Michael Williams to the court. Ron, would you please escort Mr. Williams in?
Yes, Your Honor.
How are
It's
you?
good to see you.
Good to see you,
Good to
sir.
see you again.
All right, so you conducted a polygraph examination of Mr. Anderson, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you share for the court record your credentials?
I'm currently a certified polygraph examiner and private investigator.
All right.
You asked Mr. Anderson, in the past 5 years, have you had sexual intercourse with your female friend, the one he wrote the letter to? What was his response to that question?
He said no. On this question, there were no significant physiological responses, which indicated to me he was being truthful.
All right, Mr. Anderson. The next question. Mr. Anderson was asked, have you had sexual intercourse with any women other than Miss Moore within the last year and a half? What was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that there was significant physiological responses to this question, which indicated to me he was being deceptive.
why we're here.
Mr. Anderson,
third eye.
who is the woman that you had sexual intercourse with within the last year and a half?
It's really not very important, but this
What?
happened.
Wait a minute. This okay.
I'm a man, and I did mess up. Because as a man, it's hard because you have a lot of temptations. You know what I mean? I do get tempted.
Don't drag us all into that.
I try to put us all in there, but
yes, you are. You keep saying because you're a man,
okay.
because you're a man. You just have to say because I'm Gerald Anderson and I'm human.
I'm human. I messed up.
Okay.
And I do apologize for.
After 5 years, it's a pattern. When does it end? It ain't ending yet, so it's not going to end. But I'm going to end it.
I really hope you've learned something from this, and you'll learn how to treat a woman, how to be in a relationship, how to be the man that you should be to another woman.
You gonna be fine, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
You gonna be okay, as my grandmother would say.
Ma'am.
And as we say in this courtroom, do not cheat yourself out of an opportunity to have a happy, faithful relationship. Court is adjourned.